Rob Kuhlman here from Root Cellar Music Studio. I have 4 drum sessions this weekend, and this, what I'm looking at right now, is session number 1. I'm actually doing some editing on that. And before I get to my last of the 4 sessions, I wanted to do a quick tour to just kind of show you guys how we're running our Root Cellar Music Studio house kit. First thing I want to show you is that AKG D112. That's one of the 7 different kick mics I might use on a session. I used that on the first session, but now I've got a Beta 52. This is our ATM system by Blackmagic. The laptop is allowing us to see different cameras in use. Right now, that's just the one that's selected. Walking into our live room here, 17-foot ceiling and over 30 different acoustic devices to really get some great drum recordings. Here we are at the kit. We're currently only running 4 toms. We can do as many as 6 on this house kit. Here's my custom kit tunnel. I'm going to show you. There's 4 different mics in here. You won't be able to see them all, but there's a Dr. Alien A8. You got there's the Beta 52. And on the left is the Low Freak by Solomon. Inside the kick, you can't see it, but it's a Shure Beta 91A. Working our way around, I'm now going to show you my modified 57 by Zen Audio, and underneath the snare we have just a standard 57. Heading back up, let's show you the SM58 with the on-off switch that the drummers use as a talkback to talk to the producer or to anyone else in the studio. There is our hi-hat, which is an SM7B. On the toms, like I mentioned, we do have 10, 12, 14, 16, 18s. Right now we're running the 12, 13, 16, 18. They all have the famous Sennheiser 421s with the crash guards, so we get really, really precise recordings with them. Let's head up now to see our wide space stereo overheads. That is the Earthworks SR30 match pair. Wonderful. We also have the Neumann KM184s alternatively. Here is the Royer Ribbon 121 and the Trash Talk Audio. Let's look at room mics. We'll start with mono first, large diaphragm condenser. That is the Sphere. Now we're heading to the stereo room mics. These are the AKG 414 XL2s in Blumline array. All right, let's go through the acoustic filter wall. There we go, and now we're heading to the foyer. Here we're going to find hall number 1 and hall number 2 mics. The first one I'm going to show you is hall number 2. This is the Beyerdynamics dual ribbon M160, the exact mic that Led Zeppelin used on When the Levee Breaks. They had theirs set up in the foyer just like I do. Let's head up the stairs and take a look at the hall mic number 1, large diaphragm condenser. That is the ML1, great for the reflections in this large hall. And that one's about 26 feet from the snare, and I believe this one is like 41 feet from the snare. So we really get a difference in depth with those reflections. And we're going to head back into our audio alley. This is where we do a lot of our acoustic guitars and vocals, and we're back in the control room. And there's your tour of at least how we've got the Root Cellar Music Studio house kit set up this weekend for the 4 sessions we're doing. Over and out.